Hello guys and welcome to sportstalkreview.com. Martin Green is back with us in the studio and we're taking a look at the best bets across Europe starting today. Martin, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, how many have you got this weekend?
Oh, I think I've got about 12 there, so I can rattle through them quite quickly. Spread across a range of different European leagues.
12? Goodness me, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5.
Tell a lie, tell a lie,
12.
I've got 14.
Right, I'm going to be holding you accountable though to all of these bets that they come through.
Okay.
How confident do you feel of your 12?
Maybe choose your favourite 10 and see how you get on.
All right, so go on. We'll start with a few of yours then.
Okay, well, the league where I'm looking at most of the interesting betting is actually the English Premiership. I think there's several games there where there's a clear favourite in my eyes. Arsenal to beat Hull.
Yeah, not bad price there.
Yeah, Man United to beat Watford, another good price. I think Man United can bounce back from 2 defeats in a row. They're a better team than Watford and they're pretty strong mentally, so I fancy them to get back into it.
Yeah, I'm going to say, but Watford are at home though, and obviously they come from a massive, 4-2 win against West Ham, obviously ending their no-loss run. Could be a tricky one. That's actually one I'm staying away from. Both teams to score is my bet for that match, actually.
That does look like an interesting bet as well. Yeah, I was at Old Trafford last weekend, watched them get torn to shreds by Man City, and it wasn't pretty. So they definitely do leave gaps, and I think that's a very good option as well. I was just looking for straight outright betting for the purposes of this sort of parlay type. But yeah, I still fancy Man United just to sneak it. But yeah, you're right. It is a bit of a touch.
Well, it's a must-win for them, really. You know, right now they're in the sort of the title race with Man City. Obviously, they lost to Man City over the weekend, so need to sort of put a dent in that. They've got to bounce back. This is a must-win, so really not a bad price. What's your next bet?
Brings me on to the next one. Man City to beat Bournemouth. Pretty low odds, to be honest, but it can bulk out an accumulator.
Yeah, I think I've got one of my official bets, actually. I have got, Man City 1.3. Definitely good to bulk an accumulator. I'm actually going to go for Man City minus 1.5 on this one, 1.91 bet Victor. I think that's tremendous value. Recent head-to-heads obviously include 4-0 at Bournemouth, 5-1 at Etihad Stadium, 11 goals over 4 matches, just 4 conceded. So Man City minus 1.5 there. 1.91.
Yeah, looks a good option. The only potential caveat there is that Sergio Aguero is not playing because he's suspended, and they do struggle a little bit to score goals in his absence. But yeah, the way that Kevin De Bruyne and David Silva were playing at the weekend, yeah, you'd still fancy them to probably get that. Yeah, it's good.
What's your next one?
Also, just sticking in England, Leicester to beat Burnley and Tottenham to beat Sunderland.
Okay. Yeah, Leicester to beat Burnley. Yep, all right, all good, all good.
Okay.
What else have you got?
Well, moving over to Spain, again, the top 2 teams are playing pretty substandard opposition. Real play Espanyol, Barcelona play Leganes. I fancy both of them to win, and I was looking at giving Real Madrid a -2 handicap, and then with Barcelona going minus 1.75 on the Asian handicap and getting it much closer to evens. I think both of them can put in a resounding victory.
Yeah, I'm actually on the Espanyol versus Real Madrid. I'm looking for Real Madrid in the over 2.5 goals, 1.85. Also, I like in that match.
I'd definitely take that bet.
Yeah.
Real Madrid beat them 6-0 at home and 6-0 away last year.
Yeah. Well, funny though, I'm actually also looking at both teams to score in this match. Espanyol at home. In the new season, they've scored in every single match. That's 4 against Sevilla, 2 to Malaga, 1 to Real Sociedad. I think Real Madrid in the over 2.5, and both teams to score there, 1.91, bet 365, 2 bets for that match.
Yeah, that looks interesting to me. I guess I would just be reluctant because they beat them 6-0 twice last season. But yeah, Real Madrid are the sort of team that likes to pour men forwards, and they do leave gaps at the back. So yeah, I don't see why not. For me, I'd probably just give them a handicap just to be on the safe side. But yeah, that sounds good too.
All right, what else have you got? Have you got anything in Serie A?
Oh, Serie A, yeah. I've got, well, I think Juventus are a good price to beat Inter this season. Did you have that one as well?
I do indeed. I think that's like the top one.
I know, because Inter haven't exactly set the world on fire this season. I know they won 2-1 last time out, but that was against relegation threatened Pescara. Before that, they lost and they drew. And Juventus do typically tend to beat Inter. So, yeah, I fancy them for that one.
Yeah, I know, and I think the odds of 2 there are fantastic. Sort of a bit of a deja vu when they went to go and visit Lazio. Their odds were about the same price there. We both took that. We both won, so I definitely think that's worth a bet there. Any other matches in Serie A?
Yeah, I actually, this is an even better price. I actually quite fancy Roma to go to Fiorentina and win that at 2.7, which I think is quite long odds. Yeah, on a team that is playing some great attacking football at present and has a pretty good head-to-head record against Fiorentina. So I'd go for them and Napoli to beat Bologna.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say Napoli and the over 2.5 goals in that game because all of Napoli's games have seen over 2.5 goals so far this season.
I'm playing that match as well, actually, Napoli versus Bologna. Price obviously 1.3 there at Pinnacle just for the straight win. I'm going to play Napoli minus 1.5 there, 1.86. Obviously, Bologna have yet to win on the road. They've scored just 1 goal. They've conceded 5. So I really think we're in for a goal-heavy match from Napoli's side. Obviously, they started with a draw, but they went on but they went on to claim wins 4-2 AC Milan. 3-0 Palermo. They're in second. I definitely think this is going to be a clean win for Napoli.
Yeah, I'd go with that. Sorry, what was the price for that?
1.86.
Oh, 1.86. I only got to 1.8 with the over 2.5 goals. So, yeah, maybe that's a way of getting a bit more value out of it.
And what else have you got?
Well, finally, over to Germany. Well, Bayern are playing Ingolstadt, and they're tiny odds to do it. So I was thinking of giving them a -2 handicap, bringing it up to just under evens. I think they can probably steamroller Ingolstadt the way they're playing at the moment. They won 5-0 in their last game. They've just been crushing teams. So I'll be pretty confident with that one. And then I'm going to another team that we both backed recently, Bayer Leverkusen. They're playing Eintracht Frankfurt away, and they are just over evens. They're about 2.04 or something. And they beat Frankfurt home and away comfortably last season. So I think they can do it again.
All right, yeah. Bayern Munich versus Ingolstadt. I'm actually on the same lines as you. I'm taking it Bayern Munich minus 2.5 there, 1.78 bet Victor. Obviously, last home match was playing Werder Bremen 6-0. They are, Bayern Munich, a goal-scoring machines. 8 goals scored over 2 matches there. They've conceded 0. So I think by giving them, I think a sort of a comfortable 3-4-0 win should suffice the champions of the Bundesliga. I've got one more as well, actually, which I missed, and I really like this one. Everton versus Middlesbrough. We missed this one out. Premier League. Everton are on great form. They're 3 back-to-back wins, no losses this season. They have the home advantage. They're playing a sort of a team that's hit or miss, could be relegation candidates. Just their win alone, 1.7 William Hill, is fantastic. But I previewed this match earlier in the week with a new guest. His name is Arman, and he was the one that suggested this, and I loved it. Everton -1, 2.17. So if they win just by 1 goal, you get your money back. If they win by 2, odds are 2.17.
Sounds like a very good bet to me. Yeah. I think I've written an article to go along with this video, and I did mention that game in there. I remember a week or so ago we were talking about Everton playing Sunderland, and you were convinced that Everton would win, and a couple of us were saying, well, be a little bit careful, but you stuck to your guns, and they demolished Sunderland.
Yeah.
Middlesbrough are a team of very similar ability, and I'm not going to be a doubter anymore. I'm fully behind Everton, and I think they'll get a job done.
Come and jump on the Everton train.
Totally jumping on. They were a great start to the season. Vindicating Ronald Koeman's decision to go there from Southampton. Very good football. So I'd go with that.
All right, fantastic stuff. Any more to preview? We've presented loads for this weekend. Yeah,
that was it. I had a couple more in Spain, but I had so many. I also thought Atletico to beat Gijon. Atletico at under 3.5 goals, because Atletico pretty much always get under 3.5 goals in their games. The other one is a bit more of an obscure one, but I quite fancy Real Betis to beat Granada because they're in good form and Granada aren't in particularly good form. So there's plenty of options there.
All right, fantastic. Tons of options. Martin's actually written an article for us over at sportstalkreview.com detailing sort of his bets. So if you guys want to check it out, a little bit more detail, link is in the description below this video. Martin, thanks for joining us, and I'll see you next week. I'm going to hold you to your record, by the way.
I look forward to it. I hope I've cashed in a 14-team parlay by then. If so, I might be on a beach somewhere, but I'll still be for the video.
Just make sure you go somewhere with internet signal.
Okay, will do.
All right. Cheers, Martin.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.